It's time to take command with former NFL tight end Logan Paulsen and former Commanders beat reporter Craig Hoffman.
Take 5. It's the 5-minute edition of Take Command with Logan Paulsen. I am Craig Hoffman. Full tape breakdown tomorrow on the podcast. But right now, Logan, a little bit of a preview here on this Tuesday. And we're going to take a look at one play in particular, the Jahan Dotson touchdown. Anybody can watch this play and be like, wow, that's a heck of a throw. But there's some stuff Sam Howell does pre-snap that shows some real signs of growth, which is why I wanted to talk about this play a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think I totally agree with that assessment, because I think the thing that he does pre-snap is that he's able to identify that it's zero coverage, and usually when you're playing zero, it's like an all-out pressure. So think like
cover zero, for those that don't know, man-to-man across the board. There's no safety help over the top, and everyone who doesn't have a man is blitzing.
Usually, and sometimes there's a plug player, but there's no post safety. Everyone's in man.
Right. In this case, the plug player is the defensive tackle that decides to drop out, but doesn't really wind up affecting the play.
But I love that he's able to ID it, because one of the issues that he had against the Giants is that they were bringing a version of zero a lot, and he just didn't identify it, and he wasn't able to get into different protections and different schemes. And so I love that, AB put him in a position where he could use the formation to identify the coverage. And you look at this clip, and the back end of the Patriots defense is pretty flat. And what I mean by that is you can tell that guys are stacked over each other. So there's a guy over all three receivers, the guy over the tight end, and everybody else is kind of near the line of scrimmage. So good ID by him. He brings Logan Thomas down. He checks the pass, brings Logan Thomas down, and now they're in a 7-man protection. So A+ job, because with a 7-man pro, you're going to do probably a full slide. So center will slide left. Everyone's going to slide left. You're able to pick up 90% of pressures. Back will stay and help the tight end on pass pro. And you're able to deliver a dime here versus man-to-man coverage. Because one of the problems with zero is if you don't get home, you are in absolutely man coverage in the back end with no help. And so great job seeing the coverage, also understanding the situation. I think that's something else that is really, really important, is that Bill Belichick in this game specifically, and I think if you were to go back and watch the rest of the season, probably has a pretty high tendency to bring zero in the strike zone. So strike zone is kind of right before the red zone. Some people say it's the 35 to the 25. Some people say it's the 40 to the 25, but the area right before the red zone. And most coaches will be a little bit more aggressive there because they're trying to keep you out of field goal range. And so Bill Belichick, very high tendency of that. Great job of Sam IDing it, understanding the situation, and getting to a play that they probably addressed in the week, and EB kind of gave him this play probably, but getting to the right play call, and then knowing you're picked up and delivering an excellent football.
Yeah. So the play call, I guess it's kind of 3 verts.
I'd say this is all go special is what I would call it. Yeah. All go special.
So you got 3 wide receivers on the left, Logan Thomas on the right. Thomas becomes a blocker. All three receivers on the left side, the top of the screen if you're watching it, they run vertical routes. It seems like Terry and Jahan are quite close to each other. Terry kind of inside releases and winds up almost on top of Jahan, which makes the throw by Sam all that more impressive, because you'd probably not really want these guys that close, but right. Sam still puts the ball in a place where only Jahan can get it.
Yeah, the throw is excellent. And again, that's one of the things where you wonder about maybe, receivers like to go rogue sometimes. So maybe Terry's going a little rogue, saying I can beat this guy inside, or maybe it actually is a double post and Jahan saying I can keep this pretty vertical. But either way, excellent, really excellent release by Jahan. He does a great job getting off the line of scrimmage. There's not really a press look here, but good release, and you see him running. I think that's the thing about this game that was also exciting with Jahan, is that he's running. He looks like he's got that extra gear, creates a separation, and then the ball delivery you mentioned by Sam Howell, it could have been more perfect if he handed it to him. So great job by Sam, great job by Jahan, great job pre-snap, great job post-snap. Like, this is one of those plays like where you look at it and you say, this guy is special because of this play. This and the Terry play against the Broncos. This and some of the throw to Logan Thomas against the Philadelphia Eagles. Like, there are so many of these plays where you're like, that is a big time throw and a big time moment. And I think the thing is, like, we knew he could do that, but it's the mental stuff that happened before the snap that gets you even a little bit more excited. And this isn't hard stuff for traditional. This isn't hard for Matt Ryan, but to see a young football player working this progression and working this mental evolution is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Matt, because when we talked about something similar a couple of weeks ago, you specifically mentioned a play against the Giants where you said, I don't know if Sam has the ability to do this right now, but if we were in Atlanta and Matt Ryan saw this look, there's a 100% chance we're calling a full slide to the left, and we're going to trust Logan Thomas. You can say, hey, man, I know you're a tight end against a defensive end, but you're going to have to buck up and block.
Yeah.
And literally exactly on this play, it is a full slide to the left, and Logan Thomas does a phenomenal job on the defensive end with a little bit of help from the back. They actually wound up knocking the guy down. Big time block, super clean pocket. My favorite little thing from watching this play is Jabril Peppers tries to blitz and he gets stuck trying to run around Tyler Larson, and he just jumps, and Larson just kind of pats him on the chest and puts him back down on the ground. He's like, no, you're not going anywhere. So kind of a fun play to watch on film. But it's extra fun because Sam finishes it with a phenomenal throw, a touchdown for Jahan Dotson, and that is today's breakdown.
One thing real quick before you sign out. The other thing I love about this is the first possession after the bad interception. So talk about someone showing like some maturity and some like kind of stick-to-itiveness. That's another thing I really, really like about this play. Throw a bad pick. Next possession, we have the football. We go down and we score, and I deliver a dime. So great job by him.
Love to see it. If you love this film breakdown, just wait till we do it for almost a full hour tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed here on all your favorite podcast platforms to Take Command. Full film breakdown coming mañana. For Logan, I'm Craig. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching this clip of Take Command. First, why don't you like it? It lets other people know that it was good, and then they should watch it too. And Logan, we have a new exclusive home for full episodes.
We do. 1067 The Fans YouTube page. Go check it out and please subscribe.
Yeah, do what Logan said.
Do it.
Very, very smart.